Morning. As was mentioned, Stephanie Kifowit, State Representative of the 84th District, representing the great state of Illinois. I am just honored and really speechless to be on this distinguished panel with so many fellow veterans. I served active duty in the United States Marine Corps, and my son is currently serving in the United States Navy. So definitely service is very, very strong in our family, and it's really, really important that we leave, as was mentioned, our children a better tomorrow than we have today. So we're here to talk about the Inflation Reduction Act on behalf of elected officials for Protecting America, which I appreciate holding this press conference. And Illinois has been the leader with regards to climate and with regards to taking climate change very seriously. What climate change has meant to Illinois, as my colleague has mentioned, Illinois also has a significant agricultural economy. We are the #2 producer in corn. We're the #1 producer in soybeans. And actually, we are the #1 producer in pumpkins. So as you all enjoy your Thanksgiving pumpkin pie, those pumpkins come from the great state of Illinois, most likely. So what happens with climate change in Illinois is it really does affect our agricultural economy, even though many individuals look at Illinois as Chicago, and Chicago is a very strong economic engine. Our agriculture is a strong economic engine as well. We've had, as was mentioned by my colleague here, excessive flooding that has really affected our crops. On the flip side, we've had excessive droughts. So we've also are looking at water shortages, the aquifer, with regards to where many of our suburbs draw their water from is drying up. And so now we have to look to alternative water supplies such as Lake Michigan, and we are concerned as the water quality and very keen to making sure that Lake Michigan provides the water that we need for our state. We also look at air pollution, as was mentioned, and as we know, the fires from Canada affected the great state of Illinois and our air quality for quite a significant amount of time. And those things really do affect not only our state, but several other states. So air quality is very, very important as well. And air quality with Chicago having a population of about 3 million individuals and Cook County having a population of about 6 million. Obviously, the more cars we can get off the road that are polluters and the more cars we can get on the road that are environmentally sound is always a benefit. The great state of Illinois has 13 million individuals in population, so we definitely strive to be the role model. And we appreciate the Inflation Reduction Act because when states can work with government that functions properly, that passes good policies, that helps us do a better job as we do for our residents. In 2021, we passed the REV Act. And the REV Act is a goal to get 1 million electric vehicles on Illinois roads by 2030. And we just recently announced businesses coming in. This is an economic driver. So we've had EV Box, which is moving into Illinois. They are going to make fast charging stations right there in the great state of Illinois, not overseas, but here in America. We also have Groton, Rivian, and Lion school buses. We're producing electric school buses that go throughout the United States to help maybe alleviate that pollution. And then what else are we doing? We passed the Climate and Equitable Jobs Act, as my colleague talked about. We are here to support jobs and support marginalized communities so that we can lift everybody up with regards to clean energy. And what this does is we were nation leading equity process in our CEJA, our Climate and Equitable Jobs Act. CEJA is what we call it. And we're going to have 100% clean energy by 2050. And we're also prioritizing with regards to the reductions in carbon emissions, where we have our aggressive timeline, as I said, 100% renewable energy by 2050, and new jobs, equitable share of jobs and wealth that is generated by our CEJA legislation partnering with the federal government to, as my colleague also said, bring in jobs and monies that we can use locally. So we are also looking at all types of renewable energy, wind, solar, and also we just lifted a ban on nuclear. We in Illinois believe that we need to look at all the carbon free energy sources that we need. So the IRA, what we are looking at here, as my colleague mentioned, is reducing energy costs, good paying jobs, and small business support, And in Illinois, we are focusing on electric vehicles to make sure that we have the charging stations, the battery storage that we need, and the partnership between the state and the functional federal government and the legislation that they pass and the legislation we pass, so that we can work together to make sure that, again, that the world we leave for our children is better than the world we have today. So thank you very much. It's an honor to be here, an honor to be again with this distinguished panel and this guest and this amazing organization. So thank you very much.